Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to show you how to complete the Elder Kiln quest. It just came out a few minutes ago. It also came out with the new Tazar Fight Caves area. Basically, to start, you just go to where the old Tazar place was, but it's outside. It's so hard to miss. It's massive, just outside. It's in the middle of Karamja. Right, just walk inside and then go northeast and you'll come to where you're seeing at the moment on the screen, and just talk to this woman and just go through the chat options. Then it will put you into this little cutscene bit, and that you're given 6 spells, and there's a bar in the top left. You have to keep the red line in between the 2 yellow arrows. The 6 spells, there are 3 fire spells which go up in power, and obviously the higher level fire spell you use, the more the bar goes up when you use it. But there are 3 water spells, and when you use those it goes down, so you have to keep it between the 2 yellow arrows. Now you do a certain amount and then the 2 yellow lines, they move up and then they get smaller, then they move up again. You just have to keep using the right spell. Also, the 2 people there, they shout when they're going to make the bar go up by casting a fire spell, so you don't do it all. You have to also be aware of what they're doing, because when they do it, they usually do the most powerful spell. If it's too high, but they won't cast a spell, but they won't cast a water spell either. The bar goes down by itself, so if it's only a tiny little bit above the 2 yellow lines, then you want to just leave it and it will go down a tiny bit. As soon as it hits 100%, that means that you're done, and then it will leave that. Then you go on to the next part. After you've done that, you'll see this little cutscene and the egg will hatch. Okay, a little thingy majiggy will be in there, and then they will go on about how it's not right and it's not one of the proper people and some memories or some other crap like that. And then you just kind of go, yeah, just go through all the chat conversations, and then as soon as you get out of this bit, you want to go right west and then like north, so northwest, and then you'll come to this big circle area. When you're here, just talk to this woman and she will tell you about, you know, some stuff. Just go through the chat conversations. You might want to read it if you want. It's just a load of people talking, and then you kind of volunteer to fight for the little person who just came out the egg, and you're just like, yeah, and then you fight all of these people in this area. It's really not that difficult, but especially if you're a bit of a lower level, I'd bring you only need like 1 prayer potion and some food. It's really not that difficult. Now the order that you want to do them in is the mage, then just anyone that is attacking the little person in the middle is number 1 priority, because he needs to not die. But honestly, no one in this little fight is nearly as tough as what's going to be coming up later, so just go through it as fast as you can, kill everyone. It's really easy. And when you've finished killing all those people in the circle bit, you just have to talk to the same woman again that you talked to start the thingy before, and volunteer to fight for the little guy again. You'll end up fighting this one big guy who looks a little bit scary, but honestly, if you just pray melee, I'm pretty sure that he can't even do any damage at all. He doesn't have very high defense or anything, so just wipe him out and then move on to the next bit. Go through this masses and masses of conversation. There's so much chat. You can read it if you want. Just keep skipping through it, and then just keep pushing. Okay, hold space is the fastest way to skip through chat conversations. Then basically you have to walk east. I actually go slightly the wrong way this time. Instead of going back to where you just were, where you did the egg thing, you need to go around to where the bank is. I do end up going the right way in just a second. It goes up and around, and it's exactly where the fight kiln actually is after you've done the quest, and the bank is there. I would bank. You want prayer potions, super attack, super strength. I would seriously recommend a range weapon. You also need a rune or a dragon pick. It can't be anything lower than that. And that's for killing some of the enemies in there. The first enemies you see, you want to pray mage. That's pretty much all there is to know. When you're actually inside this place, there's a thing, you just need to jump over. It's just like an agility obstacle. You'll go into a short cutscene and you teach the little thing how to jump. And then when you get over, the little enemies that you see, the little ones you want to pray mage for, because they're not too high level, they're like 100 and something, but they still hit pretty hard with mage, so you want to pray mage. There's also like an armadillo thingy-majig. That's what you need to use your pick for, so get your pick out and hit him. He does this weird attack which it like drops lava or something on top of you. I've got no idea how to avoid this attack. I found that moving around helped with it. As soon as I find out, I'll put an annotation of how to get around it. But as I said, this is right after the quest came out, so I've got no idea how to get around that attack. In this room there are some quite feisty enemies. You need to pray mage. You can get KO'd. They hit about 450. As I find out just there, he hits pretty high. These are, I believe have got exactly the same stats as in the normal fight caves, the big red things, which are for like half of the waves, which you have to pray mage do. So if you've got a range weapon, you want to stand away from them and just range them. And then you can just protect completely from all the damage just by praying mage, because the other things there only attack with mage. They don't walk towards you if you're away from them, so you can just range them from standing anywhere and pray mage. Just fight them all off. Avoid standing close to them as much as you can. There is two, and there's a few of the little guys. And then once you've done that, just carry on. And there's a door to the south, I believe. And just carry on through. It's just a straightforward thing through all these caves. Next room, there's just a few more enemies again. But then, when you keep going forward for a little bit, there's two scales, and I got a little bit stuck on these. You have to read them, and then there's a load of symbols, and then it asks you how much toggle you want to place on them. You need to go back slightly in the cave, and there's just by one of the doors there is a skeleton. Just look around all of them. It's in one of the smaller ones. I think it's a couple back. There's a little skeleton. Take the book from him and right click on it and go read note. Now on there it tells you a list. There's a list of all of the values of the symbols. You need to work it out. Look at the symbols incredibly carefully. Some of them are really similar. If, like me, you've got a pretty big screen and you can't see everything really clearly, turn the resolution down and then go into full screen so you can see them really big. Some of them really are hard to see. Just add it up. There's a symbol for add and a symbol for subtract. Just follow. I'd write them down on a bit of paper, then work out what they are and write it below it, and then just go through it, work it out carefully, and then you have to put the number of what both the calculations added up to. You have to put that amount on both the scales. Now, a few caves back, also there was some toggle on the floor which you should have picked up because it was just there. There's a little cutscene about it. So you get the book, you just click to search the skeleton, and then you get the book, and then you right click on it, you push read note, and then it comes up with all the calculations, and then you can just work out how much toggle you need to put on each scale. There are tons of obstacles in the next room, but only one enemy. It's the one that needs to be attacked with a pick first and then killed. You don't really, if you're running really low on food, I'd go grab some more right now, because getting back over the obstacles takes like 30 seconds. This is the room just before the kiln. It's the level 180s from the old fight caves. Is the big guy right there. They are incredibly easy. Just pray mage for this room and kill him. He looks real scary, but he honestly is so weak. Now, this is the last chance to go back and get food, prayer potions and such. You should have about 4 prayer potions. I would amazingly strongly recommend a ranged weapon, because the mages are really powerful in the next room. Also, you want food. If you're a lower level, you want good food and a superset. Range potion, magic potion if you're using magic. Really stock up. This fight is actually really hard. Okay, you have to absolutely make sure that you are geared up for this. is really difficult. I'm going to talk you through every enemy and like how to beat them in the best way. I very almost didn't make it out alive through this place because I only brought 2 prayer potions and monkfish. I didn't think it would be amazingly hard, but it was. Now the first kind of enemies are like little level 100s. They're really quite weak and newbie. There are also level 140s, which are the same as in the old Tazar place. I believe that they've got the same stats as the little level 140s with the ranging discs. They're not really very strong, but I'd pray range against them. Now the number 1 priority is the mages. If you stand in front of them, they will also melee you. Their mage and their ranger, their mage and their melee attack is incredibly accurate. Both of them are. They've got like the strongest melee out of anyone in here. So pray mage, and if you have got any kind of range, stay at a distance and just pray mage. Kill them first, then kill the rangers. You can get the meleeers trapped behind pretty much everything. They're not very intelligent. Just pray melee when it comes to the last people, which is the rangers, and then when you get to the last guy, just pray range, get the melee guy trapped, kill the range guy, and then just pray melee for the very final guy. He is honestly not that hard, even though he's like supposed to be a champion. He only attacks with melee. Your little guy helps you out, and just mostly common sense for just completing this place. If you just follow what I just said and get the people trapped and everything, it's really not too difficult. It's still fairly challenging, but it's quite easy. You shouldn't have much trouble if your combat level higher than 120. You should do it pretty easily. Just make sure that your inventory is good. Just make sure that you get people trapped and you don't have all of them attacking you at the same time. It's the very last guy. Once you reach this guy, you know that you're pretty much done. As long as you've got enough prayer to melee pray against him, he is not difficult at all. But once you see this guy, you know that it's over then. And then as soon as you kill him, you go into a chat with another bloke. And then you just go through all the chat options. There's tons of talking, just hold space. Just comes up with some crap. Then you have to make the decision whether to let the little guy turn into one of the lava people, or I just chose just let him go through the thingy. Just pick whatever options you feel like picking. Then go forward. You will then leave. People attack you on the way out. So if you've got incredibly low health like I did, I would pray range on the way out, because there's like 1 ranger and 1 meleeer that follow you. They come out like twice on the way out of the tunnels. So if you've got incredibly low health, pray range. If not, just run out like normal. Then when you get out, just go back to the woman in the circle bit. There's just a ton of talk in here, and then there's a little cutscene. Just skip through everything unless you're interested in what it is, and just choose whatever option. Go through all of the options, and that is the end of the quest. If you want to see what happens at the end, like the XP bonus and that, I would seriously recommend watching what you get as a reward. I show you everything. I also show you the early bird special thing if you completed it in the first 2 weeks. It will say, congratulations, you've completed the quest. Now, if you completed this within the first 2 weeks of it coming out, it doubles the amount of XP that you get. So if it's been a week or something, I would seriously recommend going to do it. You get a lot of bonus XP. To start with, you get 50k magic XP, 30k agility XP, and 100k in a combat skill of your choice, which is attack, strength, defense, range, or magic. But the early bird special doubles all that, so it's 100k magic, 60k agility, which is a lot of agility XP in my opinion, and 200k in a combat skill, so it's seriously worth doing that. You also get a ring which doubles your damage to the Tazar, which I thought was amazing, and because they drop pretty well anyway, so I actually think they're going to be quite good for training for now on, and I think a lot of people will actually like go and do it from now on. Just a final thing, guys. it took quite a lot of effort to make this video, because this is literally, I made this straight after the update. So if you could please thumbs up this video. There's a share button down there as well. If you could click that, it would help me so much if you could favourite it. And if you like RuneShark videos, for example, I do videos a little similar to those, so subscribe. Why not go to my channel and check some of them out? Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.